Welcome to the Sharkpreneur podcast with Kevin Harrington and Seth Greene. Kevin Harrington is the inventor of the infomercial, one of the original sharks from the hit TV show Shark Tank, and has generated over $5 billion in TV and digital direct response sales. Seth Greene is the world's first trusted authority on cutting-edge direct response marketing, a best-selling author, and the only 3-time Marketer of the Year nominee. On the podcast, Kevin and Seth interview sharkpreneurs who share straight talk on what it takes to explode your business.
Why do so many businesses struggle while others seem to explode overnight? Do you wish you had the secret to this type of exponential growth? Now, I've scaled more than 20 businesses to over $100 million, and it's not just luck. In my new book with Mark Tim, Mentor to Millions, you'll learn the repeatable framework I use in all my business ventures for massive success. Order at kevinmentor.com and get over $1,000 in bonuses. Head to kevinmentor.com.
Welcome to the Sharkpreneur podcast. This is your co-host, Seth Greene. With me, as always, is the inventor of the infomercial and the original shark on the hit TV series Shark Tank, Kevin Harrington. Kevin, thanks so much for being here.
Hey, Seth, great to be here. Looking forward to a powerful show today.
Absolutely. Today, we have the good fortune to be interviewing Alex Jeffries from clientsinabundance.com. He has mentored thousands of clients from around the globe, one of the most in-demand internet marketing coaches and consultants on the planet. He is the guy who has helped more startup entrepreneurs succeed than anyone else in internet marketing history. Alex, thanks so much for joining us.
It's a pleasure to be here, Seth. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be with both of you.
Let's go back in time just a little bit. How did you get started?
Yeah, so, when I was young, my dad went to prison when I was 11. So before that, I saw crime. When he came out of prison, we spoke about crime. So that was where I really understood, emotional intelligence. So at 16 years old, I'm around a lot of, I come from the streets of Cardiff, Wales, United Kingdom. Very tough place. I'm from the pub culture. So hooligans, I was amongst it all. 20 years old, I'm in the same courthouse as my dad, going to go to prison. I'm looking at 10 years. Thankfully, I had a not guilty. My best friend had the same sentence. He's still in prison, 20 years. It's a long time. So I'm in my early 20s, and my girl at the time gave me an ultimatum: you go to prison with your friends, or we start a family. So I'm dyslexic. I'm a school dropout. I'm from the streets, so trying to pick up books and learn business from people like Kevin was very difficult for me. But I got there. I started learning, and so I found eBay, and then that led me to the internet.
And then I know the longer version's in the books. How did you go the quick version of the journey from starting to learn eBay to becoming one of the most sought after internet marketing coaches, consultants, one of the godfathers almost of internet marketing? That's an incredible journey.
Yeah, I think I have many mutual friends with you guys, and I think Mike Filsaime told me something many years ago. He said, Alex, there's a million ways to make $1 million, but in order to make $1 million, there's only a few things you need to do. So I started to look at my own business. What are those few things? And then I was at the Oscars with Jay Abraham, and him and Rich Efron took me to the Oscars. And when I was there, I was with Heidi Klum, and I said to Jay, how the heck did you get me in here? He said, leverage. And from that point onwards, Jay really explained to me about there's leverage in life, there's leverage in business. He explained there's only 3 ways to grow a business: get more customers who give you more money more often. I then worked with, Rich Efron. He put me on to Kennedy. And then Dan Sullivan was a massive change for me. Dan Sullivan's been a mentor of mine since 2012. And Dan says, to multiply, you must simplify. So it wasn't before a few years, we've simplified it down to 4 areas of business: leads. You turn those leads into phone appointments, turn those appointments into sales, and then look after those people for retention and ascension. And pretty much, we've got on the Inc. 5000 list, and I'm just passionate about helping people. There's something in me that I care to serve. So I think that's the fuel, to be honest with you.
That's great. Hey, Alex, I know you've got a tremendous track record in helping other people start their business. When you first got started, were you actually selling some of your own products, or did you start right out just helping others?
No. So basically what happened was, when I was on the streets, I was always driving motorbikes. So if you saw me, I'm driving a motorbike. Like in a different life, police, there's me driving a motorbike with the police chasing me. Completely different life. But I realized on the streets, people wanted these motorbikes. So instead of selling stolen motorbikes, I found eBay where you could buy actual like pit bikes and thumper bikes. So I started reselling those. And then I started to realize there's a good margin here. So I started importing them from China. So I started bringing containers of motorbikes over, driving them around the streets. People would actually see me. I would sell that bike, go and grab another one, drive around the streets until I could sell it. Yep. Then I started flipping them on eBay.
Gotcha. How did you finance that in the early days? Because you start ordering motorbikes from China, you got to pay generally cash in advance, right?
Well, the banks wouldn't give me money. Let's just start there. There was no bank-ins that backed me. So, I was again on the street. So that was one thing. But what I did with the motorbikes was you could actually buy the motorbikes from China and pay the majority of the money at customs in the United Kingdom. So what I was doing was I was selling the bikes on pre-order. So I'd have a container coming over and I'd be selling the bikes for cheaper than the market stand-up. And then I could actually make the profits there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool. And then, so you started with motorbikes on eBay. Talk a little bit about the way the business looks now.
Yeah, it's interesting. So I went to a seminar and, I think somebody told me, if you can make money, you can make money. But if you can teach people how to make money, you can make 10 times the money. So I wrote a book about making money on eBay. That went on and made, 100,000 the first year. That was the first time I had used like affiliates or, a website. So then I wrote another book about, building a website and selling an information product. Then I built an email list. Then I was doing email marketing and learning about that from, many people. and then just, it hit off. People wanted me to coach them. So since 2008, I've been, I have group classes, just hundreds of students come and listen, and it's just a completely different business. So my business is now advice.
So Alex, I was on your website and just saw some amazing testimonials there, people that you've worked with. Congratulations on a lot of this. But for those that might be listening that haven't had a chance to go there and see that, could you maybe tell us about a few of those folks that you've helped, some as I call them, some transformations with people, and before they weren't successful, now they used Alex's methods and here they are now running a big business type of thing.
I think we're in the people business, Kevin. So it's sales is people. People buy when they feel understood, not when they understand you. Something I learned from Dean Graziosi. The reality is that most people, they sell on their worth, but people buy on value. So there's a massive disconnect there. Like, people don't care what you feel you're worth. They will buy what they feel it's worth. So there's a huge disconnect from emotions. We all feel that we're worthless, or like we all feel that we all feel less than, we've all been put down as kids, right? As Paris says, we're all wounded children walking around in adults' bodies. So the big thing though is, just because you're good at something doesn't mean you're good at communicating how good you are at something. So just because somebody's good at something doesn't mean they're good at selling something. So I really help people. We got a mutual friend, Kevin, Jason Fladlin. Yeah, dear friend of mine. I love him to bits, right? And I know you guys have done some stuff together.
Great podcast guy, right?
Yeah, he's just great. So constructing offers, like, that's something. I'm an offer architect. Like, how do we create an offer that people listen to and they want to buy? So I would say I'm a really good salesman. The numbers, it's not just ego, that's numbers. But I would much prefer buyers come to me than have to try and sell somebody something. So I think this is it from Peter Drucker. The aim of marketing is to make selling superfluous. I think all of the work should be done before the sales. That's why I try and teach people. Let's get the heavy lifting done and have people approach you.
That's great.
Can you give, as Kevin was alluding to, a couple examples of those magical transformations? Like, tell us a little about someone who you took from before to after, and what does the after kind of look like now?
Yeah, I was, I'll just use one. I think it's a good story. I was downtown San Diego speaking on stage, big room of people, and I hear through the crowd, there's a guy sleeping in his car in the audience. So I pull him up. I'm just like, so you're sleeping in your car? He's like, yeah, in the car park of this hotel. Yeah. So we're all staying in the hotel rooms and you're sleeping in the car in the car park. Huh. I said to the whole room, that's the guy to watch out for. That's the one in the room, because I know my own hunger. When I had to get from the streets to, making it, I knew what it took. And I'm like, he's the one. So fast forward, every seminar he would come up to the stage and just give me his credit card on, literally walk up to the stage and give me his credit card. Didn't wait till the back of the room, just on stage, kept giving me money. What I taught him was knowing your numbers. And I know it's a really simple thing, but most businesses who approach me, they don't know the numbers. So, if you're just starting out and you don't have numbers, you're just starting out. If you're in business and you don't know your numbers, you're not going to be in business for long. And then by watching those numbers, that gives us, which I call the golden levers. We know where we can actually, like, which lever to pull to have exponential growth. So that guy now, I spoke to him recently. He's doing about 450,000 a month with a little phone room. And, he's just doing it, keeping it quiet, no big influencer. I'm not trying to be an influencer. I like having influence, but
Hey,
So what business is
he
he
in
in?
the hotel? Is he in the hotel room now instead of his car? I hope.
He now lives in a penthouse downtown San Diego. He moved
There
to San
you
Diego
go.
to be around me.
Okay. Yeah.
What business is he in that he's doing that $4 or $5 million a year now?
Yeah, so they have they have a loan business. So he's actually selling like loans over the phone, and there's like a whole loan business, and he has a few different things that's going on. But again, he's just consulting other businesses, building their sales rooms, and taking my advice and implementing it into other businesses.
With all the success you've achieved, what's your biggest business challenge now?
Myself. Always, it's just myself, my limiting beliefs. Like, who am I? I still have them. I'm traumatized from a kid. I got a lot of trauma still in me. I'm working through that. But I think just feeling good. I feel like, success is success, but I want to feel good. To me, that's success. So like waking up in the morning and being excited about my day, going to bed, feeling rejuvenated, feeling accomplished. So I just feel that I've entered a new market, and understanding that market is a challenge right now, but it's something that I enjoy, understanding people and making them feel understood.
Your passion
I love Alec. You used the word hooligan, I think it was in the beginning. And I'm like, so you turn hooligans into wealthy entrepreneurs. Okay. And I think that's a pretty cool way to take a look at this. And you started with yourself. I mean, look, I can see it. You started on the streets, but now you're teaching people. People love you. You're the real deal. It's a pleasure to hang out with you and get to know you a little bit here. So definitely looking forward to meeting you at one of these events coming up. Okay.
Yeah, we'll definitely do it. 100%. We'll stay in touch and do that.
Alex, for those of our viewers and listeners who want to learn more, where is the best place for us to send them?
Yeah, I think we're putting, so there's two audiences I'm serving. There's the beginner audience, which I love, and I've got a massive passion for, clientsinabundance.com. And then there's the people who are already making six figures and they're struggling at that six-figure level, want to get to 7 or 8 figures, theleverageexperience.com.
All right. Well, this has been Seth Greene for Sharkpreneur with Kevin Harrington and Alex Jeffries. Make sure you check out Clients in Abundance and the Leverage Experience. Alex, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. Absolute pleasure to be with you, gents.
Thanks everybody for watching or listening. We'll talk to you or see you next time.
Do you need money to fund your idea, product, or service? Are you ready to take your business to the next level, but need capital to get it done? Kevin Harrington has heard more than 50,000 pitches and knows how to help you make the perfect pitch to get the funding for your entrepreneurial dream. He's distilled the process down in his perfect pitch cheat sheet, and it's yours for free. Just text PITCH to him right now at 727-888-2100. Text PITCH to 727-888-2100 right now and claim your free perfect pitch cheat sheet. Text PITCH to 727-888-2100 to start funding your dream today.
This show has been produced by Market Domination, LLC. To discover how you can have your own show completely done for you and turn it into a real published book and become the authority in your marketplace, go to www.marketdominationllc.com/podcast offer.